In a world that often encourages us to share everything, to broadcast our lives, and seek constant validation, the ancient wisdom of the Holy Bible offers a profound counter narrative. It gently guides us, not towards isolation, but towards a deeper understanding of humility, discretion, and genuine connection. Today, we're going to explore 5 powerful things the Bible teaches us to hold close, not out of secrecy, but out of wisdom and reverence. These aren't just rules, they are invitations to a more meaningful and God honoring life. First, let's talk about your acts of giving. The Bible, in the book of Matthew, chapter 6, offers a beautiful and challenging perspective on generosity. It encourages us to give absolutely, but to do so with a heart focused purely on the act itself, not on the applause it might bring. Jesus says, be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. He then uses this striking image. When you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Think about that. It's a call to a generosity so pure, so unconcerned with self, that even one part of you is unaware of the other's good deed. This isn't about being sneaky or hiding your good deeds from everyone in every circumstance. It's about guarding your heart. It's about fighting the temptation to turn an act of compassion into a performance. In our age of social media, it's so easy to post a photo of our volunteer work or announce a donation. But this scripture asks you to pause and check your motive. Are you sharing to inspire others? Or are you hoping for likes and comments that say, you're such a good person? When you give in secret, when the only ones who know are you, the recipient, and God, you align your heart with a different kind of reward. The text says, then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. It invites you to find your joy in the giving itself, not in the recognition that follows. Next, consider your personal prayers. Right after discussing giving, Jesus addresses prayer with the same theme of sincerity over performance. He says, and when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners to be seen by others. He's painting a picture of people whose prayer is a public spectacle, designed to make them look holy. He says plainly, they have already received their reward in full, the fleeting praise of people. But then he offers this intimate alternative. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. This is such a powerful image. It's an invitation to shut out the world, to close the door on the audience, and to enter into a sacred private conversation between you and your Creator. This doesn't mean that praying together with others is wrong. Corporate prayer is a vital part of faith, but this passage is about your personal prayer life, your deepest confessions, your most honest questions, your greatest longings. Those are meant for the ears of God alone. When you pray in secret, you strip away all pretense. There's no one to impress. You can be fully and authentically yourself. This practice builds a real profound relationship with God, one that isn't dependent on the validation or approval of others. It's an invitation to be truly vulnerable and to find your security in His presence alone. Third, the Bible advises discretion when it comes to sharing sacred or holy things with those who reject them. This is a challenging teaching found in Matthew chapter 7. Jesus uses a very vivid, almost shocking metaphor. Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. This isn't about looking down on others or labeling people. It's not about withholding truth out of a sense of superiority. Instead, it's a profound lesson in discernment and spiritual stewardship. The pearls here represent precious spiritual truths, deep insights you've gained, or holy experiences that are deeply meaningful to you. If you share these incredibly valuable things with someone who is openly hostile, mocking, or completely unreceptive, a few things might happen. First, they may disrespect and devalue what you hold so dear, trampling it underfoot. Second, the scripture warns they might even turn and tear you to pieces, meaning they could attack you verbally or emotionally for your beliefs. This verse encourages you to be wise. It asks you to discern when and with whom to share your deepest spiritual convictions. It's about finding fertile ground where a seed of truth can actually grow, rather than throwing it onto hard, rocky soil where it will be crushed. This wisdom protects the sacred message, and it also protects your own spirit from unnecessary harm and discouragement. It's the art of knowing when to speak and when to live out your faith in quiet testimony. Our fourth point focuses on something incredibly practical: confidential matters or secrets entrusted to you. Trust is the currency of any healthy relationship, and the book of Proverbs speaks powerfully about how to handle it. Proverbs 11:13 states, "A gossip betrays a confidence, but a trustworthy person keeps a secret." It's a simple, direct contrast. On one side, you have the person who can't wait to share the latest piece of sensitive information. On the other, you have the person who is a vault, a safe harbor. Proverbs 25:9 gives a similar warning in the context of a dispute. If you argue your case with your neighbor, do not betray another's confidence. This implies that even when you're upset or in a conflict, integrity demands that you don't use someone else's private information as a weapon. When someone shares something personal with you, their struggles, their fears, their private joys, they are handing you a fragile and precious part of themselves. They are extending a profound act of trust. To turn around and share that information, even if you think it's harmless, is to break that trust. It causes deep hurt and damages your own character. The Bible calls you to be a person of integrity, someone who can be relied upon to guard what has been shared in confidence. This practice builds strong, resilient relationships and fosters an environment of safety and respect. Being a trustworthy person is one of the greatest compliments you can earn. Finally, let's reflect on boasting about tomorrow or your future plans. The book of James in chapter 4 offers a sobering yet liberating perspective on how we view the future. It directly challenges our tendency to speak with absolute certainty about our plans. It says, "Now listen, you who say, 'Today or tomorrow we will go to this or that city, spend a year there, carry on business, and make money.' Why? You do not even know what will happen tomorrow." And then it asks this piercing question: what is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. This imagery is so powerful. Our life, with all its plans and ambitions, is as fleeting as a morning mist. This teaching is not meant to discourage you from planning or having goals. Ambition and preparation are good things. Instead, it's designed to cultivate a spirit of humility. It's a reminder that we are not ultimately in control. When you boast about what you will accomplish, when you lay out your 5-year plan as if it's a certainty, you risk falling into the trap of pride and self-reliance. The writer of James suggests a different posture. Instead, you ought to say, "If it is the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that." Holding your plans with an open hand, submitting them to a will greater than your own, frees you. It frees you from the crushing pressure to control every outcome and from the devastation that comes when things don't go according to your script. It invites you to trust in a greater plan, to live fully in the present, and to walk into the future with confident humility. So as we conclude, remember these 5 powerful teachings. They are not meant to make you secretive or withdrawn. They are designed to empower you with humility, discretion, and wisdom. By giving in secret, praying in private, using discernment in your conversations, guarding the confidences of others, and holding your future plans with humility, you are building a life of deeper integrity. You are fostering stronger, more trusting relationships. And you are finding a profound sense of peace that doesn't depend on the ever-changing opinions of the world. May you be encouraged to reflect on how these quiet disciplines can transform your daily life, making you a beacon of quiet strength and genuine wisdom.